Kat and Mango.
Hello.
And this
Hi,
is Life
everyone.
Spice. So Life Spice is about reducing the chatter and the noise around you so we can actually give you a little spice in your life, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And how did the show come to be? I mean, this is the first time that
We
Vango
didn't know
and
each
I,
other actually.
Not at all.
2 months ago.
And now we're really good friends. Yep. And then so tell our audience about that a bit.
Yeah, I was introduced to Kat through a friend, and I was part of the girls of 28A. We were also in NMF, so I'm happy to see you guys again. And I had this idea of the podcast, but I was very, very lost. And then my friend said, okay, I have a friend, Kat, and you know, she's a writer and she has a blog. You guys have a lot of things in common. So she introduced us and we clicked right away. In fact, we met 2 years ago for a shoot.
That's right.
But we never actually talk after.
That's right. So Marie and I met and we really clicked, and Marie's like, you know, I really want to do the show, and I was like, sounds like a great idea, and she's like, but I think we should have another host, like maybe a male host, and light bulbs just popped in my head, and I was like, I've got just the guy for you. And I pulled in one of my dearest friends, Wango Galyaga, to join us.
Yeah.
And that's just how the magic started.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Vango came to the studio and we did a pilot test.
Yeah.
And it was actually very fun.
It was wonderful, and considering that we don't actually have hosting experience, but I mean, it's just wonderful because it's things that we're really interested in, and we like to learn new things as well. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to find out more about things that makes life a little more interesting.
In a nice 30-minute package.
30-minute package.
We don't want to bore you, so we're going to try to keep it as short and as direct to the point as possible.
And so today, we wanted to be worldwide. We wanted to get broad topics. But for our first episode, we decided to take it to the Philippines. So we are here with Mike Tan from Yaban Pinoy. Mark Tan, I'm sorry. That was actually Kat's fault because she sent us the wrong name. I'm sorry, Mark.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
So Yaban Pinoy means Pinoy Pride,
Yes.
right? And it's been up since 2005.
Yes, that's correct.
So it's an NGO.
Yes, it's an
And your goal is to make the Pinoys more proud. Can you explain to us?
So basically, Yabang Pinoy was developed or was conceptualized in 2005. Back then, the Filipinos weren't really proud to be Filipinos. We were much more pessimistic than we are now. So when in 2005, we started introducing Filipinos to the Filipino lifestyle to make them realize that there are more things that we should be proud of in the Philippines. You have your biodiversity, you have your people, you have your culture. A lot of things should be reminded to the Filipinos.
And Wango, just like your vision as Filipinos, it really happened before? If Filipinos are really not proud of themselves?
2005. I'm trying to think. What were the events happening back then? I was just trying to think of that.
I think that I think even until now, but we're very self-critical. We tend to look at ourselves and really just focus on a lot of things. And I suppose that back in the days, especially after 2000. We were starting to just look at all the bad things and the negative things. What were the things that you saw, or that the Yabang Pinoy group saw that it was happening too often? There wasn't much. I mean, the social media wasn't a very strong thing.
Not at all.
So what were your factors, or where did you get your information or your data?
Well, basically, our main motivation was that the realization that economically we weren't doing as well as other countries or other counterparts in Southeast Asia. And part of the reason was that we weren't very supportive of our local brands. We weren't supportive of our economy. So what we want to happen is for Filipinos to patronize our own products, our own brands, rather than patronizing your big multinationals, and basically help contribute to the national economy.
Right. So what campaigns has Yabang Pinoy done since you guys started to get that happening?
We've done a lot of things in social media. We've targeted schools through high schools, colleges, and basically targeted students as well, because they're still very impressionable. We can mold their consciousness still and make them more proud.
But in 2005, I mean, social media is like it's just a powerful tool to get information and to get people to respond or to react. But back when you started in 2005, what were your activities then? I mean, what were the things that you guys were doing?
Back in 2005, we did a lot of tours in high schools, colleges, doing what have you. We have campaigns, we have debates comparing calamansi to daya, your tricycle to your jeep. Basically to make Filipinos more conscious, or Filipino kids to be more conscious of the things that we should be proud of.
But this insecurity that you saw in the Filipinos came from where? Did you get to study that or no?
Actually, it's something that's been there since our parents' generation.
Because it's something that I noticed when I ask, like in Brazil, when you ask someone, where are you from? You say, I'm from Brazil. It doesn't matter, we are all a mix, but you always say Brazil. But in the Philippines, people would say, I'm half this, I'm half that, 1/8 that, and it shows that you're not very proud to be Filipino, right? So it's incredible that somebody that is local actually noticed that. So what exactly made you notice?
But it's really been there. You don't necessarily have to study it to know it's there. It's in your subconscious.
Were you always a proud Filipino?
I was. I was born in a family. I'm half Chinese, but I was raised to be conscious that here in the Philippines. I should contribute to the Philippine culture, or contribute to the lifestyle, live the Filipino lifestyle. I'm lucky in that respect.
And Yamang Pinoy is, how did it happen? I mean, did you guys all meet up over drinks? And who were composed of the first members of Yamang Pinoy?
So it's actually a very diverse group. We have your entrepreneurs, you have your singers, your artists, and they came to the general conclusion that one of the reasons is really Filipino pride. So you have your entrepreneurs who's not really earning as well as he wants to, and your artist who's not very patronized. So there.
Well, I've definitely seen a growth, at least like in entrepreneurs and in just social awareness, like in the last few years. I'm sure we've all kind of noticed that.
Even fashion, you see like Filipino designers now being recognized worldwide.
Right.
Right. But because now they're sure about themselves. So. How do you guys help entrepreneurs, for example?
Annually, since 2007, we've had the Global Pinoy Bazaar. It's actually one of our major events that we have once a year. So it's where we group together entrepreneurs, get a venue, and have Filipino consumers be exposed to Filipino brands.
But is it also internationally exposed or not yet?
Not yet. In the future, we hope to bring it to the world, to trade fairs, expositions.
And which kind of entrepreneurs are you getting there? Like
right now, we are working with medium, small, and MSMEs, micro, small, medium entrepreneurs.
And no specific field. So
no,
you would help
specific.
If you were a bag maker, if you were a designer, or if you are into dry bananas.
We have brands in fashion, beauty, food, travel, lifestyle, everything. We also have brands in technology and dimension travel.
Only in Manila or in the whole Philippines?
Mostly in Metro Manila. But we also have merchants from Cebu, Davao.
But these bazaars, do they happen just in Manila, or is this something that you're putting out in the provinces as well?
Right now, we are still in Manila, but eventually, if there's a demand, we hope to bring it to other cities as well in the Philippines.
How many businesses are going to be in the Yabang Pinoy Bazaar?
For this year, we have 200 merchants.
That's a lot.
So it's a mix of different industries.
So when is this bazaar, for the one that's happening this year?
It's going to be in World Trade Center from August 22 to 24.
Okay.
It's 3 days.
For 3 days.
Yes.
What do they do to be in your bazaar? If you are
how do they get
What are the
invited,
qualifications?
or how do you get
Yes.
yourself invited to be in the bazaar?
Basically, the community grows by word of mouth. We've had it since 2007. So Well, I guess the merchants are very happy with the performance, with the consumers that we are able to bring in. So they also pass the word around that our bazaar is, well, I guess, better than other bazaars. In the respect in that we're pure Filipino. We only cater to Filipino merchants and Filipino consumers. Not Filipino consumers. Proudly Filipino consumers.
All right. I like to ask NGOs this all the time. How do you get your funding?
Actually, the Group of Pinoy Bazaar is our main source of funding. So because of that, we get to go to schools and do our campaigns.
So you get money from the merchants to, be in the bazaar, and then that's the money you use for the campaign.
Yes. And that's for the whole year round.
Yes, for the whole.
So this has been very successful.
Yes.
How many people were you able to get, for example, for last year, attendees to the
Last year, an estimate would be 2,000 people a day.
A day. Wow.
It's worth it.
And then now, how many merchants do you have already coming towards the upcoming bazaar? How many merchants do you have?
Right now, we have 200.
Yeah, 200 coming up.
And this is from all kinds, entrepreneurs, fashion, tourism.
You do this bazaar only once a year?
Yes, but I think this year we'll have twice. We'll have it again in November.
Oh, so close.
Yeah.
So if
Near Christmas season.
that's true, Christmas season, everyone
before
wants
Christmas.
Pinoys love to shop. If anyone wanted to volunteer with Yabang Pinoy, what can they do? How can they help out?
They can share our content from our social media. They can volunteer by giving time going to schools. They can purchase Filipino products, more Filipino products rather than your imports.
So basically, the organization's goal is to bring awareness to
Yes.
Pinoy pride.
Yes.
So you bring the volunteers to schools to talk to younger people,
Yes.
to make them conscious about
Yes,
them being
where they spend their
Filipino.
their peso.
And what about, because Philippines exports a lot of people for work, right? So what is your thought about that?
Well, of
Because you
course-
were taking out the people from the Philippines, though you were bringing money
Brings in so much money. I know.
Yeah.
Well, we also hope that because of the growth in entrepreneurialism in the Philippines, that Filipinos would find less reason to go abroad and just focus on growing businesses here in the Philippines, because we have a stronger, the economy is getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
You'll have less reason. You'll be with your family.
Has social media changed the whole? Has social media changed the whole program of Yabang Pinoy? Because all of a sudden, you have an outlet, a platform to be able to really reach as many Filipinos as you want. Especially now that in the provinces, a lot of the people there have now access and are just as active on Twitter and on Facebook as everybody else. Has social media changed Yabang Pinoy in any way?
That's true. While we still have our tours in high schools and colleges, we find that social media has really made our growth exponential. The social media has opened up the market, the conversation from being centered in Metro Manila to your provinces, Baguio, Cebu. We have volunteers in Cebu, Davao, Baguio, Iloilo,
So
from all
how
around.
can a normal Filipino citizen promote the Pinoy pride?
You can share your whatever brands you patronize in social media. That's a good start. And then you be more conscious of where you spend your Philippine peso. Yeah.
Like instead of buying international products,
Yeah.
you just buy local made products.
Is there a hashtag that you guys are using or you're trying to popularize so that it becomes a more recognizable trend?
Last year we used the hashtag PHMade.
PH made. Okay. Nice. Do you plan to continue that this year?
I think some people still use the hashtag. I still do sometimes.
Right.
And what about, like, for example, Yabang Pinoy? I mean, wouldn't that be a nice hashtag as well?
Sorry.
Yabang Pinoy.
Yes, I think some people use it too.
And which ways can expats help?
Yeah, like-
I'm a foreigner, how can I help to promote the Pinoy pride?
Well, it's easier actually, or it's better if an expat is able to appreciate the beauty in the Philippines. So yeah, share a week, share share good news about Philippines, what you find good among Filipinos, among Filipino brands.
Great.
I've noticed that you were talking about a person can help just by being able to share the things that are the content that you have. Where can they find this content? Where can they find more or read more about Yabang Pinoy?
We have a website. It's www.yabangpinoy.com, and then we are also on social media. We're on Facebook. It's facebook.com/yabangpinoy. We're on Twitter, twitter.com/yabangpinoy, and Instagram too.
Great.
Instagram.com.
So normally you post your campaigns all over the social media, and then we can share and help to promote the Filipino Pride.
Yeah.
And before we wrap up, why don't you invite people again to the Global Bazaar happening this weekend?
So I'd like to invite everyone to the Global Pinoy Bazaar. It's on August 22 to 24 at the World Trade Center from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Mark. This was a very informative episode and really nice to have our first episode about Pinoy Pride.
About being proud about who you are and what you guys do. What we all do.
Yeah. I mean, the Philippines has been good to us.
Exactly, especially to me as a foreigner. So I would like to thank you all Filipinos that made it so nice to meet all my friends. And be proud, please, guys, because Philippines is amazing. It's such a beautiful place. Thank you so much for watching this show.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.